Hello, and welcome to this weekly deep dive into some financial data. I'm making these videos to kind of help myself figure out what to invest in. So all the information you get here is actually minded on me, myself, and you can use it if you want to, or you can decide not to use it. It's not advice in any sense. It's just my own thoughts about how the market is at a given point in time. And I'm planning on making these videos every week and kind of follow up on the same idea here. So the idea is that I want to check out situations like this. What is standing out in the market? For example, in this case, we're going to take a look at Denmark, because Denmark is the only European market that is severely in the red. Almost all the rest of the markets are in the greens, and quite a lot by actually. So just looking at the graph of the, I think, 10-15 largest stocks in Denmark on the Copenhagen index, as you can see, it's quite the steep decline here. Year over year is 37%, but I think it's even more if you go back a little longer. But no, it must be already or just around from the top. It must be a little bit more, but it's from here. So there must be some opportunities in this market, I think, and I think everybody who's watching these kinds of videos have probably heard of a couple of them. But I'm gonna save the funny one for the last part of the video, so stay tuned for that one. The first one I want to take a look at of the real deeply red ones is Orsted, which is the Danish energy company that is famous for making offshore windmill parks. And look at this bloodbath from 750 or somewhere around there in the 2021s, I guess late 21s, mid 21s, and down now to 138 Danish kroner. That is just a disastrous run, and I think you probably heard of this one. I mean, there has been so much stuff going on in the alternative energy market, and Orsted just had just got the bad end of all of it. And I think primarily after Trump became president in the US, Orsted really had a bad run. They got canceled, so to say. You could say that. They had the one windmill park after the other, just canceled, and everything just went totally haywire. And I don't know really if I want to touch this one, because I don't really know where the green energy market is going. I think it's very political, and you never know what's going to happen in a political market. But I mean, we're way back. I mean, we have to go back until 2000 and probably 17, somewhere around there, to find a similar price. And we have even almost dipped down on the very low 100 kroner price here for Orsted. I don't know what's gonna happen in the future with offshore windmill parks. If it's gonna be offshore windmills, if it's gonna be solar, if it's gonna be nuclear, what's gonna happen in the energy market in the next 10 years? I have no idea, but I'm not sure this one has a spot in my portfolio. Maybe a little kind of lottery ticket could be okay, but besides that, I'm not really gonna touch it. I don't know. Yeah. It hurts to see this one. I think the Danish pension funds, they're really hurting at the moment. Oh, just to sum up some more about Orsted. This is the peer list of the Orsted company, or the companies in the Orsted peer list. And as you can see, the Danish Vestas is actually doing pretty good. But I think mostly Vestas' revenue comes from servicing the windmills that are falling apart around the world that they put up in the early 2000s. I don't really know all these energy companies, but they're mostly energy companies as far as I can tell. They're not that much in the red. So I don't know. I guess maybe we could take a look deeper into to what's going on in the renewable market. But I think it's still just it's too much politics. You never know what's gonna happen. As you can see on the Orsted charts, it's just when politics get in there, it can just totally ruin the business case completely. All right, should maybe have shown this a little bit earlier. This is the top, I guess, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 companies. I can't count to 10. That's making up the main part of the Copenhagen or the Danish index. And as you can see, here's the Orsted one, 61% down this year. And the other deep diver, I guess you can say, is Pandora, which is a company that make jewelry and things like that. I don't know. We could maybe that could be interesting to take a look at if this is just because it has been a hard time for consumers, then maybe this could turn around. Let's maybe take a look at that in the future. Here is the chart of the stock price of Pandora. Yeah. This doesn't tell me anything really besides that it does have some I guess you could be one of those people who make the lines on the graphs here and say something clever about this. I don't know. I'd rather take a look at the market and the company and see if there's if what is causing this, if it's just the consumer who's dying out or what's gonna happen here. It does look like they have had this kind of experience before in the 2002s where Ukraine got invaded and then they had a giant boost. I don't know where that came from. And then they falling down again. I guess that could be interesting to watch. Take a look at this again. Here are the Pandora peers. I don't really get this list. I think this is this company that makes this list. It's I don't know why they put Pandora in the same. Well, I mean, Vestas is maybe the only one that shouldn't really be here, I guess. But Pandora is by far, or not by far, but it's really hurting along with Adidas. Louis Vuitton is doing all right, or it's just barely surviving. But yeah, there could be these really cyclical stocks. There could be some of these that's interesting. And I gotta figure out what Essilor and Richmond. Oh, Richmond I know, but Essilor I actually don't really know. So maybe it could be interesting to look into Pandora. Why is this so red? Oh yeah, and I saved the fun one for the last part of the video. Novo Nordisk, which is kind of like the crown jewels of Denmark, said, "Look at this! Isn't that beautiful? Boom! Wow, man, what a disaster!" And once again, this is this is our best friend, Donald Trump, who has decided that Novo Nordisk is no longer that welcome. Or I think they're welcome, but I mean, he gave him a little bit of a hard time. And also, of course, well, let me take that back. It wasn't that much Donald Trump, but he has some influence on this, but not a lot. I think this is mainly their own doing, actually. They had a really, really bad start with their new weight loss products. They completely messed it up. And I also followed these in the media, and they fired the entire company basically after this disaster. I don't know how they could screw this up. They had everything ready and going for them, and then they completely, missed the ball, lost their marbles. I don't know what they did, but all these things, man. I can really understand that they all got fired, and Now they're shutting down jobs in Denmark and all over the world. I don't know if they can still come back from this. They should be able to. I mean, but if they ever come up at this level again, the around $150, I don't know. But this might be a good buy actually. I mean, if the weight loss business is going to, I don't know about the weight loss business. I guess you have to know something about weight loss. But the thing is that Eli Lilly, the competitor, basically just took the market, as far as I understand, and Novo Nordisk was completely just sidelined due to their own stupidity, mostly, I think. It's just amazing story. Maybe I should try and tell that story if I can find it, written up in a humoristic way, because it's just a disaster. But that could be a buy, maybe, to get into this at this low price. I mean, we're not that far back. I mean, we're back in 2000. What is this? 2002, maybe. I don't know. It could maybe come down further. I have no idea what's gonna happen with this. It was probably, blown up by all the, SERP policy up until COVID, and then the COVID boost maybe also kind of made it jump up here. So it could maybe come down to 2022 levels again, or 2020 levels again before it's a buy. I mean, this is like catching a falling knife, right? Isn't that what they say, the guys that analyze the graphs there? I think it's better to buy something when it's on its way up. So let's keep an eye on Novo Nordisk and see if it turns around. So I just grabbed the 1 year graph of Novo Nordisk just to check if there's higher highs or lower lows, and it looks like it's I can't really tell here. It's about the same, but definitely this year has been lower lows. It's not higher highs yet, so I don't think, maybe it's not time yet to buy this, but we'll keep an eye on it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, I hope you consider hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel, leaving a comment. As I said, I do this for my own, interest, so that I can keep track of what's going on and force myself to at least take a little bit of a look at the market and see if there's any obviously interesting buys. And I think maybe these couple of ones that I highlighted here, they're worth looking into. Why are they so bombed out? There have been really strong, good companies in the past. Is it a value trap, or is it actually value? We don't know, but we'll never know, I guess. We'll know in the future, maybe. Yeah, in the future. That's a good ending.